Hey, good morning, Internet fans. It's Ryan Perry with Simple Biz Support. It is Thursday morning, therefore, it's another episode of Internet Marketing Thursday. And as usual, I have the beautiful and talented Virginie Dorn with Business Website Center down in Petaluma, California. Good morning, Virginie.
Good morning, Ryan. Thank you for the compliment. How are you?
Always, always. I am doing wonderful, thank you. I see the windows are open, so it must not be raining out. Oh, sorry. I got to remember to turn this off. Simple Biz Support. It is Thursday morning. Therefore, it's another episode of... That should have killed it. There we go. Sorry about that. Oh, what's going on? I have no idea where this is coming from.
Good morning, Ryan. Thank you for the compliment.
Well, this is going to be fun. I am doing wonderful things.
I feel like Inception.
Repeat, echo. I have no got to remember to turn this off. I'm gonna mute my side.
Okay.
But now I can't hear you, unfortunately. No idea where this is coming from. Oh, this is too funny.
Close your Facebook page.
This is gonna be fun.
I feel like Inception.
I turned everything off.
I'll just have some coffee.
I don't know where. What the heck is going on? I'm gonna mute my. Oh, I know where it's coming from now. I didn't turn it off in Facebook. Sorry about that, everybody. This is just fun sometimes. You still there, Virginie?
Yes, I'm just drinking my coffee, so I'm cool.
So, we were talking before the broadcast how cool it is that you can actually have the broadcast go live on Facebook. And so I was showing Virginie how to do it. And when I first learned how to do this, when I was doing a broadcast on Social Media Wednesday with Sarah Giametti, I did the same thing. I left it on, but it was the YouTube channel I left on. And so that's the first place I went when we started, hearing the playback was the YouTube channel, because that's where I screwed up the first time with Sarah. So I go and I turn it off, and it's still playing, and I can't figure out why. And it's because it wasn't on YouTube that it was playing. It was on the Facebook page that I showed you. I click play to show you, look, it'll say that it's starting, and then it'll go live at 9:45. So that was fun. Yeah, okay. Let's see. We are going to talk about Google Plus today. Actually, it's not, what the heck is it? It's Google for Business?
Google My Business.
Google My Business. So specifically, this episode is for business owners with at least one physical location. Ideally, you're going to have a physical location. If you've been dealing with Google, the map section, places, business, now My Business, it hasn't been the easiest transition over, let's say, the last 3 years since Google Plus came out. Now, I can remember the early days when we already had a presence in Google Places, or the map section on Google. It was its own independent database. And then Google Plus came out, and that was initially a social media account that was just a personal account like Facebook. And as they kind of grew that and figured everything out, then they finally added business. But this was a separate database over here in Google Place and Google Plus, but you still had your Google Places account. So then you had to merge it, and you were talking about clients that you had that lost photos, you lost reviews. It was just crazy trying to merge everything together, trying to get it into one database. And today we're going to talk about that. A lot of those problems, I think, have been fixed, and they've actually made it much easier to manage your business account now on Google+. Is that correct?
That is correct. It has been a bit of a nightmare the last few months as they are working for all the glitches of changing products. I'm just hoping that now that we have Google My Business, they're going to stop releasing new products related to businesses and give us 24 months to master the product before retiring the product and launching a new one, which is pretty much what they've done 3 times in a row in the last 3 years. Google Map, then we had Google Places for Business, which was the interaction to Google Map, and we had Google Plus Pages for Business, and now all of this is gone. Now it's only Google My Business. One thing I want to reassure people who listen to us, and if they did have a Google Plus account for their business or a Google Places for Business account, those are not gone. What they've done is Google actually automatically upgraded those accounts to Google My Business. So you're still logging the same way you did with your username and password, but you do have to go to Google My Business today if you have not done so, and make sure your information is still there, because oftentimes, as you just said, things just got lost in the migration. So you want to make sure they still have your correct information, the new review are still there, your photograph most likely are gone.
Right.
It has happened to most people. So,
yeah, and just to clarify, so that when you say you should go there, in going there, you need to log into the account. You need to use your username and password for the account that was originally created, may have been a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. You need to log in, and hopefully it's the right account, because a lot of people create different email accounts for different things. But you want to log into the right account. And let me do a quick screen share. I don't have a thing open though, because I tried shutting everything down just to show people what we're talking about.
well, when you look, so they need to make sure they go to google.com/business, lowercase, so /business. They made it at least very easy to get to that page. And from that page, you can sign in at the top right corner and use what you had used in the past to go to your Google Places and your Google Plus Pages dashboards.
Right. So I logged in the upper right-hand corner. You may not have all of these, but ideally you'll actually have at least one page, and you can click on Manage My Page, and that'll take you. Now, if you don't have anything at all, you may be logged into the wrong account, and then you'll want to actually try and log into a different account at that time.
Yes. And again, if they don't remember, just go to google.com/business, not My Business, which is the confusion. They want to call and brand themselves a Google My Business, but everywhere you go, it's google.com/business. So
Right.
the word MY has disappeared. In the business, in our industry, we call it Google Business. So I think the MY in the middle is cumbersome. I don't know what their marketing people were thinking of. Anyway, it's a free product.
They don't want to make anything easy. I think when it comes to Google, they've made it painfully clear. We don't want to make anything easy.
Yeah, keep us on our toes. Keep us busy.
That's
for
right.
sure.
Definitely, for sure. So now that people get in there, you said that there's been some changes. Things are hopefully it's all in one database. So what's kind of the key benefit to people? From a business owner's point of view now, why would they even want to get in there?
Well, the biggest change we made is truly the multiple location. So if you're a business and have multiple locations within the same city or within the US, you're now able to manage this all on the same dashboard. In the past, typically, you will create multiple accounts. And sometimes those accounts were tagged as duplicates because Google was getting all confused. Maybe you use the same email or the same phone number. But imagine you're a nationwide company and you have a toll-free number. You don't have 50 toll-free numbers for every state you cover, but you might have 50 office locations. So the biggest change has definitely been the multiple location capability. The dashboard you were showing a couple of minutes ago was showing one of our clients you and I work on, and they had multiple locations. So it's all from the same dashboard. Everything else, though, it's kind of the same. It's still very cumbersome to get it approved. There's no exact rule. You might enter information like the service description, your hours, perhaps some category you feel your business applied to, and sometimes they're approved right away. Sometimes they need to go to a review. Sometimes they need to send a postcard. Sometimes they need to give you a phone call. And there's truly no ruling as to why. It's part of a new algorithm within Google as to what define what needs approval or not. So you might make a lot of changes seeing on your business dashboard, but if you go to the live site of Google Map, you might not see those changes yet because they are under review. So, and also they don't like it when you make too many changes. So let's say you put your phone number and you put an address, then you realize your suite number is wrong, it just got approved, now you have to change it. Oh my God, it was 101, not 102. And then you get tagged. Just because every time you make a single change afterwards, it has to be reapproved, and they don't like that. So you make sure you do it right the first time, because it will slow down your process of approval if you have to make many edits on your account.
Right, and I think the important thing is that when you're building out the account for the first time, I always try and use Wikipedia as a template, and that is that Google loves information. So the more information you can fill out in the forms, and it's not just filling out your hours of business, when did you open, your description, but it's also video, it's pictures, all of that stuff. They don't just want one picture and it's your business logo. They want to actually see multiple pictures in there. And if you have links to video, they want to see links to video.
Well, especially if they're on YouTube, because as you and I know, it's the mafia out there. They own YouTube as well. So if you have video, put them on YouTube and then tag them on your Google My Business account.
Right. Now, the one thing I do like about My Business is that if you go in, all the information is very easy to find. Let me do a screen share again. So here's a client of mine. Oops, I got to click share. That might help. So here's a client in Santa Rosa, and what I really like is that they have basically the dashboard's very clean these days. Yes. There's a lot of information. I don't have to go to multiple places. I can see kind of everything all in one place, and I think that's one of the things that makes this. It's a cleaner design. It's easier to navigate, and it's easier to find information. Now, the one thing I do get frustrated with is that whenever I always think I need to click on this, it actually takes you to My Business, and so instead you just need to hover over it. So if we want to actually see the page, or we want to hover and we want to do whatever it is, you can go ahead and do that. But I think the My Business page itself is much, much easier to navigate and find information, because they put a lot of information in one place, so that you're not having to go, oh, I got to go here to find this, I got to go here to go there. So that's the one thing I do like about it.
I do too. And when people have multiple pages like you do on your dashboard, you can select one, and if you want to go to that page, there is always a link at the top right, and that's where I click. I know you use the drop down. There's so many tools. I think there's almost too many. Just focus on the basic and master those basics. Make sure all your information is there. Most of the time, people are forgetting very vital information within their profile. And try to understand all the product associated with Google Plus.
Right.
And look
and I think that the big thing with this, where we're at today versus 2 years or 3 years ago, is that Google had a huge database that then they created a new database, and they had to merge those two together. And that process, at this point, it's done as far as I can tell. And so because they took, and think of, Google, how many millions of pieces of information does Google store, just about business owners and their location. So imagine merging that information into one database, how many problems you're going to have. So if you haven't looked at your Google Plus account recently, I would highly recommend doing that as a business owner. To make sure, are the images current, the address correct, phone number, all that type of stuff. Maybe you have pictures of employees that are no longer with the business, you need to change those out. And as always, it's good to be active in Google. Google wants to see that you're active in there. So if you haven't gone into your Google Business account or Google My Business for some time, it's kind of like, hey, how important is Google to your business? Well, if you want to be found, Google should be very, very important to your business.
Yes. Do you think it's all right for me to share the screen of the KLF for their main account?
I would say yes. However, it's 10 o'clock. So why don't we hold off? If you were going to showcase something, let's hold off until next week. And we can dig a little bit deeper into Google My Business next week. How's that sound?
Yeah, let's go in more deeper in like the people section, the description of the business sections, the links section, the community section of that Google the business profile.
That sounds good. For now, though, that is the end of our broadcast. I hope everybody enjoyed the snafu at the beginning. I promise I will get this figured out. So hopefully it doesn't happen again. And Virginie, as always, I appreciate your time, and I hope you have a wonderful day.
You too, Ryan. Take care.
All right, bye.